Jürgen, what type of a match are you expecting here against Spartak Moscow?
Какую вы игру ожидаете увидеть здесь?
Intense, difficult, how Champions League football is. Spartak Moscow is a very strong side, very experienced side. Was very successful last year. This year a little bit, a few problems probably with injuries. That is a problem for each team in world football, but football playing side and very experienced. So yes, we will be ready, but we need to be ready because it's a difficult place to win.
Мы не питаем иллюзий по поводу этой игры. Мы знаем, что она будет сложной, потому что наши соперники, они очень опытные, и да, мы ждем очень активной, очень сложной игры, к которой мы готовились.
Defensively, what are you doing to try to improve?
Don't make it. Oh, sorry.
Что вы делали? Как вы тренировались? Как вы готовились к этой игре?
Work better together. Defense, how I understand it, is a teamwork thing. So, and that's what we were speaking about, what we are talking about. I know you and your colleagues talk about different things, but I talk about the team performance when we defend. We have to do that better, but that's what we are working all the time on. So, that's it.
Это очень обширный вопрос, но в целом мы готовились как обычно, мы тренировались в усиленном режиме с командой.
What about Philippe Coutinho? Is he back to his best?
Excuse me?
Philippe Coutinho. What about him?
Что насчет Филиппа Каутиньо? Что вы можете сказать?
He's still a young player, so I hope he can still be better in the future. But he was in good shape before he got his back problems, and he is now in a good shape. That's really important for us, and he had a fantastic game last weekend, so very important.
Он молодой игрок, поэтому мы надеемся, что он в скором времени поправится, и мы ждем его возвращения.
Сегодня перед матчем пресс-конференции Массимо Каррера сказал, что советовался о Ливерпуле с Антонио Конте. Советовались ли вы с кем-то во главе Спартака?
Еще раз можете повторить?
Массимо Каррера на пресс-конференции сказал, что советовался с Конте по поводу игры Ливерпуля. Советовался ли вы с кем-то во главе Спартака?
Today, on the press conference, before Massimo Carrera, he advised with Conte about the match with Spartak. So did you ask some advice? Did you ask advice to someone before this game?
The manager of Moscow asked Antonio Conte.
Yeah.
We won against Chelsea, by the way, so I probably could not say a lot. Okay, they were champion, but we won against them. No, I don't have any
Нет, ни с кем не советовались.
former colleagues which I could ask. Sorry. I have to do my own work.
Okay, yes, one more.
Еще один вопрос. Смотрели ли вы матч Спартака с Анжи? Возможно, разбирали ли, если смотрели ли второй гол Спартака?
Have you seen the match between Spartak and Anji? And if you have seen it, did you saw the second goal?
Что вы можете о нем сказать?
What can you tell us about it? What's your opinion about it?
I saw that game against Anchi. I saw the game.
Spartak and Anji?
Yeah.
When 5 players of Anji tackled against one defender of Spartak.
That's a very specific question. Okay, what was your opinion about this situation? What's your opinion about this situation when 5 Anchi players tackled one Spartak player?
What do you think about it?
Oh. No, I'm not here to judge these games. I use the games for analyze what we can do. And okay, we will not try. We will not go with 5 on 1. Maybe I can promise this. Just 4.
Спрашивали, что вы думаете про гол, когда 5 игроков Спартака атаковали одного игрока Анжи. Он сказал, что они бы так делать не стали. Наоборот, да, простите.
Yes, gentlemen on the second row there. Excuse me.
We don't hear anything. Jürgen, translate it. We don't hear anything.
Okay, so.
You don't hear anything now. Okay.
We'll try and do better. Gentleman there with his hand.
Well, it's not too important until now. So.
Yes, gentleman there. Yes, yes.
Can I, Andrei Karius, News Agency, if you know, there are lots of rumors that Quincy Promes, the midfielder of Spartak, can move to Liverpool. Can you comment somehow on it? Are you interested in this player?
Ходит очень много слухов о том, что игрок из Спартака хочет перейти в Ливерпуль. Можете повторить имя?
Quincy Promes.
Да. Да, что он переходит в Ливерпуль. Вы можете как-то это прокомментировать?
He's a good player. Is this loud enough now? Yeah. Okay, he's a very good player, and yeah, but nothing else to say. So there are a lot of good players, but we have already.
Ну, он очень хороший игрок, но... Да, он очень хороший игрок, и больше мне нечего добавить.
We have already a few Dutch players, so or at least one. He knows him very well, so obviously they are good friends. But really, that's not the place probably to talk about this. But he's a good player, but a Spartak player.
Он очень хороший игрок, очень опытный, но здесь не время и не место, чтобы обсуждать этот вопрос.
Well, can we wait till the answer is completed and then give a translation if that's okay? Gentleman there, yes, thank you.
Alexei Shevsky, RT. Jürgen, now we mentioned promise. Karius spoke at the press conference earlier and said there is a big doubt that Promise will play tomorrow. He is not trained at the open training in Spartak base today. Do you think this will affect Spartak's game? And do you think Promise is effectively the most dangerous player at Spartak?
Очень плохо слышно вас было. Да.
Okay.
Вы просто фотографируете, вы можете, пожалуйста...
Quincy Promes couldn't train today, and if I think he's the most important player for them, most dangerous player for them. Quincy Promes, he's the winger of Spartak. Quincy Promes, the name Promes.
Promise? He said?
So that's Promes, that's the name.
Вы можете повторить, пожалуйста, еще раз? Ну, давайте.
Спросил по поводу того, что Промис, скорее всего, не сыграет, как сказал Карьера. Он не тренировался на открытой тренировке. И считаете, господин Клоп его сам опасным игроком в Спартаке?
Good. Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, he didn't play in the last one or two games, I'm not sure. For sure not the last one, so he was injured. Quincy is a very good player. So he's a very good speed, is good in one-on-one situations and all that stuff. So that's, of course, that's a weakness for each team. It's like we played the last 3 games without Sadio Mane, so also a very good player. Yes, he's not the only good player in the Spartak team, but he's a very good one. So, but how I said, it affects always performances. But we will not win because one player is out, or Spartak can win because one player is in on our side. That's how it is. We have to play together, and that's what we try. And yeah, I don't know if Quincy can play or not, but the analysis we made there was already without him because he didn't play in the last game.
Он, несомненно, очень хороший игрок, но команда выигрывает не усилиями одного игрока, а совместными усилиями, поэтому это, конечно же, сказывается на игре команде, но это не критично.
Last couple of questions from Mr. Klopp before Loris Karius comes in. Any more from our Russian host, our local host, Mr. Klopp? Or I go...
Последние несколько вопросов, мистер Клоп.
No, in this case then we will finish with Brian with the final question.
Yeah, you've spoken before about falling in love with Liverpool. We heard from Maurizio Pochettino at the weekend. He said that he was in love with Harry Kane. Just wondering, are you in love with any of your Liverpool players?
У вас есть какие-то любимые игроки в Ливерпуле?
I'm really impressed that we are in a Champions League press conference and talk about things like this. I really don't understand the business anymore. So, but it's yes, I love. I said I love the club. That includes the players. It's easy to talk after a game when we don't know how often he scored 3 goals or whatever. And, yeah. Actually, I love Harry too.
You love Harry?
Kane. Yeah. So, but he's a Tottenham player. So, I love good footballers. That's how it is. But, yeah. Whew.
Да, я не понимаю, почему на такой конференции задают подобного характера вопросы, но мне нравится...
Actually, it's not important. The question, not my answer, it's not important for Russia. It was just an English thing. Pochettino loves Kane. And who do I love? So that was the question. It's a waste of time.
Сказала, что бесполезно отвечать на такие вопросы, потому что русские люди этого не поймут, это между англичанами.
Okay, thank you guys. If you want to wait here, then Loris Karius will be in next, okay?
All the names, yeah.
take the full question and answer for Loris, which will be translated before we take another question. That's okay.
Можете начинать задавать вопросы.
Okay. Brian, we'll kick you.
I'm just wondering, what sort of a game are you expecting, and from a personal point of view, are you expecting to start here tomorrow?
Какую игру вы ожидаете увидеть завтра?
Of course, we expect a difficult game. I mean, it's Champions League. It's new surroundings for a lot of us. I've never been to Russia, to Moscow, so you don't exactly know what to expect. I think it's a strong team. They won the league last year, so yeah, it's going to be a tough game, but we're ready for it. And yeah, of course, I would like to start tomorrow. I think I have a good chance to do so. Yeah.
Конечно, мы ожидаем сложной игры, потому что это Лига чемпионов, и лично я первый раз в Москве, и мы ожидаем увидеть сложную игру, к которой мы готовились, и мы к ней готовы.
You, of course, kept a clean sheet against Arsenal, but how would you describe Liverpool's defensive performances in recent games?
Как вы описали защитную линию Ливерпуля в последних играх?
Of course, we scored a lot of goals up front, and then sometimes we conceded a few. I don't think that's just down to the defense. I think it's got to do with our style of play, our very offensive style, that we then sometimes take a few risks in defense. It worked very well for us in most of the games, and of course some goals we had also a few words about as a team, and know we can defend them better, but we learn from it, and we practice in training. So of course we look at things and we know where we can do better in defense as well. So there's not really any worries, because I know we have the quality.
Мы сейчас работаем над нашей защитной линией, и даже когда нашим соперникам удается нам забить, мы анализируем это, мы делаем из этого какие-то выводы и пытаемся выстроить нашу защиту более правильно.
How intense is that competition to start between yourselves, with Simon, with Danny? Sorry, so how intense is that competition to start between yourself, between Simon, between Danny's teams?
It's a good, healthy competition. I think if you're at a big club like this, you know there's going to be competition for every spot. So I just see this as a chance when I get to play, to prove myself, show myself to the manager, and use this Champions League as a chance for myself to show him I'm ready for whatever competition.
Я считаю, что это будет хороший шанс для меня показать себя, взять какие-то уроки из этой игры, из этого соревнования, чтобы в дальнейшем вырасти, стать более лучшим игроком.
Виталий Красанов, чемпионат. Лорис, в этом сезоне Симон Менделе основной голкипер в премьер-лиге, вы играете в Лиге чемпионов. Насколько вас устраивает это положение вещей, и не предпочли бы вы поменяться, играть в премьер-лиге, а, например, Симон играл бы в Лиге чемпионов?
The main goalkeeper, Simon, this season he's playing in the Premier League and you're playing in the League of Champions, so do you want to change with him, like do you want to play in the Premier League instead of him? And what do you think for him?
Like I said, I'm happy to play in this competition. It's something you dream of as a football player, the Champions League, and I also said I see this as a chance to show the manager I'm ready. I want to prove him that, of course, I want to play also in the Premier League, but for now I use these games to perform good, and then hopefully also be in goal in the Premier League. Of course, that's my goal for the future.
Я рада играть здесь, в Лиге чемпионов, и я использую это как шанс показать себя перед своим менеджером. Я использую это также как шанс, чтобы улучшить свои навыки. И, конечно же, в будущем мне хотелось бы играть в премьер-лиге, но я доволен тем, где я нахожусь сейчас. А премьер-лига – это моя цель на ближайшее будущее.
Okay, gentleman at the back.
Next question, RT. Loris, Russia is the land of great goalkeepers of the past. Lev Yashin, one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. Renat Dasai, and many others. Did you ever look at how they played? Did you ever, look at their styles? Obviously, that was a long time ago, but did you ever draw inspiration from them in your career?
Россия – это родина великих вратарей, и вы когда-нибудь анализировали их игру, смотрели на то, как они играют, на их стратегию в игре?
Of course, some of the goalkeepers you named are a bit way back, so I was very young. But I remember Akinfeev, he's playing for a while on really good level, so that's the one I remember the most, and he put in very good performances. As in learning from him or picking something up, I think you look at all the top goalkeepers, see what they do good, where you can maybe learn something from, but I try to go my own way, not copy anyone, but obviously you always look at other goalkeepers and see where their strength is.
Из российских голкиперов мне хотелось бы отметить Акинфеева. Я наблюдала за его игрой, я учился в каких-то моментах у него, но я стараюсь не копировать других вратарей, я стараюсь выработать какой-то свой стиль в игре, свою стратегию.
Okay, Mel at the front.
Lars, you had a difficult start to your career at Mainz, but you overcame that quite strongly and asserted yourself on the team. Do you use that as motivation now in your current situation? Had a difficult first season at Liverpool, so now when you're trying to prove yourself, do you look back on that time and see how well you did there to come through that period?
It's maybe looks like a similar situation, but I think it's still a bit different. But of course, I learned from it back then, and I learned from my season last year to also take positive out of the negative situations I had. You learn from this also, so I feel strong and prepared to push on, play well now, and use my chance, like I said before. So I don't really have any worries about anything. I learned from all kind of experiences last season and all the seasons before.
Вопрос в том, что прошлый сезон для Ливерпуля был тяжелый, и как вы сейчас смотрите на это? И ответ был, что прошлый сезон был тяжелый, но из этого сезона мы взяли много уроков на будущее, и поэтому в этом сезоне мы стараемся исправить ошибки, которые были допущены ранее, и усовершенствоваться, и использовать этот шанс, как заново показать себя с хорошей стороны.
Okay. Any final questions for Loris?
Еще какие-то вопросы?
No. Okay. Thank you very much.